Te hei mauri ora, te raupu nei, tēnā koutou katoa. Well, I've had hard to caught my breath. Thanks very much, Keith. But look, no, it is great to be here. Can I just acknowledge you, Keith? Is it Sir Keith now, or is it just Keith? Oh, sorry. Pretty close to it. And your board members. Can I also acknowledge in the room Russell Wood? I don't know where Russell is. Russell over here. Russell is in charge of our strategy and our capability planning. That by and large means our investments and stations and fleet and stuff like that. Russell was a firefighter, of course, went away and came back now as the Deputy Chief Executive, so in a really influential role in Fire and Emergency New Zealand, and good to know that one of your own is there to keep things on the straight and narrow. So nice to see you, Russell, and also good to see you others, particularly firefighters from around the area and our support crew as well. Well, this has been a funny old year, hasn't it, really, what with COVID and the rest. But I think the most important thing about this is, firstly, can I acknowledge the work that our firefighters and support people did during this time. The fact that people were prepared to often put their own health and safety aside to go and assist people at a very uncertain time was fantastic. And I just want to pay tribute to people who did that. Obviously there was a lot of national acclaim for that, but I just want to personally say on behalf of Fire and Emergency in New Zealand how proud we were of the way in which people responded during that time. Can also congratulate the work of the Society as well during that time, Keith, because I know, looking at the information, that you were in contact with members, a lot of people getting calls, particularly over 70s, some support, financial support given out, and all those sort of things, which highlights the need, the absolute need for your society and the way it's been constructed and supported over many years. One of the really cool things that happened during the year was the launch of the book, The Wolf Wasn't Sleeping, and you will have all seen that. That was a fantastic piece of work. Of course, it has the big advantage that it looks on the face of it a children's book, and so kids will really respond to that. And I've got a copy of it at home. My kids have had a look at it. But the reality is that it's there's lots of levels in that book about the importance of sharing your own anxieties and your own fears. So that was a great piece of work. And just like to acknowledge the Society for that. I think that's kind of lifted the Society really well by addressing a problem that's right across our own organisation. We're putting a lot of effort and energy into well-being, mental health, well-being. A lot of effort going on that. I know the PFU have got a big program of that as well as the UFBA. So I think that was a really great piece of work. And as a result of that, now on your website there's the Wellbeing Hub. And I've had a look at that, and there's some really great information for those of you who haven't seen that on the on your homepage. There's in part of the search, you just go and have a look, and it's got the Wellbeing Hub. Really good information for those who are wanting to ask questions or seek advice if they're starting to struggle in that wellbeing area. So I think that's really important. So I think this has been a really important area where the Society has really pushed hard, and it's right up there with the big issues that we ourselves are facing, particularly now that we're going to more MVAs and medical events, and particularly in the suicides, where people are coming across things over and over again, which ultimately may well have an impact on their mental well-being. And so our advice to people always is, talk about things, get things out, talk to people, try and get some advice if you're starting to feel a little under stress yourself. So I think it's been a great initiative, Keith, and my congratulations to you and the team who drove that project. We've got a formal agreement, Fire and Emergency New Zealand and the Welfare Society, and my understanding is that we're going through a review of that. There's a section in there that needs a lot of work. We're committed to working together on that. And to have this new agreement in place by February next year. So I think that cements a very important relationship between Fire and Emergency New Zealand and your own society. Finally, Keith, can I just acknowledge you and say my understanding is that you're retiring or standing down next year. I've never known you as shy or retiring, and so my view is that it's highly unlikely that you'll be retiring. You'll be doing something, there's no doubt about that, but I just want to acknowledge you for the work that you have done for the Society over many, many, many years, for what you've done for communities, for what you've been involved in as a firefighter in the union and various other parts of our great organisation. So Keith, well done, and thank you for your years of service, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of you yet. So thank you very much. Nō reira, e ngā rea, e ngā mana, e ngā iwi o ngā hauwha, tēnā koutou, kia ora no tātou katoa.